guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're looking at the Membrane Solutions MSA3 air purifier. This air purifier is designed for large areas and it could clear up to 147 square meters in 60 minutes to 99.97%. If you're like myself, guys, if you do suffer with hay fever or any allergies, then having one of those in your room could be a very good idea. It does have a 3-part filtration system and it can clear up the particles of 0.3 micron. So guys, without further ado, let's get it out. So guys, there it is. Look, it is fairly large in size, but it is understandable because it can clear such a large area in such a short amount of space. So in the box, guys, obviously you have the unit with a UK plug, and of course you get yourself a manual, which tells you all the information you need to be able to run this machine and understand it a little bit better. But guys, as I said to you first, it does have a 3-part filtration system, and it tells you here that you've got a primary filter, you've got high efficiency particulate air filter, which is a HEPA filter, one of the best ones, and then you have the activated carbon. So one of the first things we need to do, guys, if you open the machine here, this is the filter. You got to open this up and get the bag, get it out of the bag. So there we are. Okay, so we've got filter. So let's get this installed while we're here, and then we're going to run it somewhere else. Okay, put that in the back. So you've got your instructions here for the replacing the filter. So yeah, and basically, okay, so yeah, you can see you've got your layers in here, and then you've got obviously the carbon at the back. So let's get that installed. So you can see it's quite easily, you've got your little, like a notch there, and you've got, you can basically work this out fairly easily, which way around that goes. Okay, clip that in place. Okay, as she tells you here, the glue on the top. Okay, so that looks like it's nicely fitting. Right, let's get that closed in. Okay, right, clips in place nicely. So let's now have a look at the controls. So guys, this is the controls close up. All of the buttons here are touch buttons, which is really good. So it does look very self-explanatory, guys. So you have yourself a timer. You can set the timer for between 1 and 8 hours. You have various speeds. You have 3 different fan speeds. So the speed number 1, guys, runs at 22 decibels, number 2 at 36 decibels, and number 3 at 47 decibels. So you have a turbo mode to speed up the process. You have yourself a sleep button, so when you press the sleep, apparently all the lights go off so you don't get that much disturbance, and the fan goes on the minimum speed. You have the light option, so you can light up your buttons. You've got the child lock if you're obviously using that in a kid's room somewhere, you don't want them to be messing about. Obviously child lock is a very good idea. And then you have your power button. So down here, guys, you can see we have a filter time. So each filter is designed to run for 1700 hours, and these lights here, guys, are the indicator of when your filter is depleting. So one by one the lights will go down, and it tells you in the booklet, guys, to how many lights means what sort of percentage of the filter you have. So guys, without further ado, let's go and put it in the bedroom. So guys, we are going to be testing this machine in our bedroom. The reason I've chosen the bedroom, guys, is for 2 reasons. First of all, we do have a neighbor that quite often likes to burn stuff in his garden, and half of the time he's burning stuff he shouldn't be burning. That means our bedroom unfortunately gets filled with smoke and unpleasant smells. A lot of times, guys, when somebody burning something they shouldn't, smoke comes in, you inhale this, it's not good for your health. And the second reason we're doing this in the bedroom as well, we do have a tree on the other neighbor's garden that produces the little fluffy things that fly around the house, and quite often they congregate in the bedroom through the windows. And because I do suffer with a bit of the hay fever, I end up sniffling a lot when I wake up in the morning, especially in the hot night when the windows are open. So for this reason, guys, we are going to be running this in the bedroom. At the same time, there's a reason why we bought the air quality monitor, because we want to monitor the quality of the air we have in our bedroom because of the neighbor. This one here, it actually measures in PM 2.5, and it also tells me how good or bad, so how fair of the bad air is in our bedroom, and currently it measures a 15.3, which is at fair. So to me, I would like it to be at good. So the windows, guys, are now closed. Okay, so we will be running this machine to test it and see whether we can clean this or get this number as low as possible. So first of things, I'm going to be plugging it in and testing the wattage. The machine meant to be running at 44 watts. So let's plug it in and see what it's running at. Oh. Okay, so plug it in. So let's put it on. Okay, so power. Okay, so it already comes on here, where it indicates to us all the lights are on because the filter is brand new and just been installed. So as I said to you before, guys, you have the lights. You can turn off all the lights if you wanted to, or if you want to keep them on. Obviously you have your sleep button, like I mentioned as well. It'll show you lights and then it will go off after a few minutes. And then we have obviously our turbo and the lock mode. Okay, so let's put it on, and currently it's actually running at 29 watts, which is actually better than it says. And it seems to be very quiet, so which is good. So if I turn the lights off, see whether it affects the wattage out or not. No, it's still taking the 29 watts, so that's fine. Okay, so let's press the turbo mode, okay? So this shows me that the fan is on a full, and it's taking 40 watts. It's just gone up to 43 initially, and it's now taking 40. You can hear it. It's not that loud of a sound, but this is on the maximum. It probably sounds a bit like an air conditioning or dehumidifier. Not overly bad, but don't forget, because you do have a sleep mode, obviously you can do this on a quiet. So this is on number 2, and it's dropped to 29 watts. So it is affected by obviously the not the quality, but the speed of the fan. So here we go. Yeah, it definitely changes that. Okay, so there we are, guys. So the point is, so we were on 15.3. I'm going to leave that on the maximum turbo mode, okay, and we're going to come back in an hour. Okay, our room is not 147 square meters, so technically it should purify this quicker, but just for the ease of things, I'm just going to pop out for an hour and we'll come back and see what the air purification machine will read. But yes, guys, just to let you know, it is 15.3. So I'll see you in an hour. So guys, here we are 1 hour later, and we're now reading 3.4. So from 15 to 3.4 in an hour, I think is absolutely amazing. So for any of you who's not aware, the PM 2.5 is basically particulate matter in the air. So you can see the machine obviously got rid of quite a lot of it. Chances are if I leave it running for a little bit longer, obviously things will get a bit better. One thing I've noticed as soon as I walked in there, bearing in mind that all the windows have been closed just to be able to demonstrate or to test out how well the machine works, it smelled like it was fresh air, and it smelled like the windows were open pretty much all day, which I think is really, really good. So yeah, I must say, guys, that I'm very happy with the results. As to per running cost, okay, I've demonstrated earlier, guys, that it was running at 40 watts for the maximum fan speed, and then 28 to 29 on the one lower. If we put this on the sleep mode, it was running at 20 watts, which is, again, it's very good. It's very quiet and very good. When it comes to the money-wise, guys, again, obviously, we're all on a different tariffs in terms of what you pay for electricity, but I did a basic workout, okay, and it costing approximately 10 pence, okay, for 10 hours running time. So basically 1p an hour, and this is based on the 40 watts. So if you're running this at the full speed, you'll be paying 1 penny per hour. So if you're only running this on a lower mode, or even obviously the sleep mode, you'll be paying pretty much half that. So I think from this point it's really, really good. As in terms of the filter, guys, right, so the filter has 1700 hours of working or running time, and then you have to replace the filter. You have to buy their filter for the machine to work, but I had a look on Amazon, they're only £30, which is very good. If you, depending how often you're going to be running that, or you know how many hours you're going to be running at night time, but based on say 8 to 10 hour running time, you'll be needing to change that filter approximately every 6 months, which I think is really, really good. On and all, guys, I'm pretty happy. Clearly to show the machine does the work, and again, I said it's very quiet for night time. You've got features, you've got child lock. I think it's good. After you're running this for a little while, I think if you do have carpets or a lot of pets, if you open obviously the machine, you will see the filter will start collecting all of the stuff for the front. This is what happens with all kind of filters like this. If you look a filter inside your car dashboard, it collects all the dust particles and things like that. We don't have any carpets throughout the house. We have 2 cats, but they don't really come in here. So for me, the most thing will be to getting rid of the dust in the air and obviously other pollutants that are coming through open windows if, you know, neighbors doing something they shouldn't be doing. At the same time as well, that would get rid of the smells in the air. So if you do cook something downstairs that kind of stinks out the whole house, I think it's really, really good to be able to run this and to get rid of the smells, because nothing worse, guys, that, you know, after you cook something really nice and then you come back, have a shower, come in the bedroom and it smells like, you know, something that's really stinky. It's not really good. So from that point alone, I think it's very good too. So that's that, guys, really, that kind of summarizes that lovely machine. So I'll put all the information down in the link below, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.